It's Amanda. I am about to knock out a workout. Yes, even with my makeup done. I know you're not normally used to seeing me with makeup, but I have my 20-year high school reunion tonight, and I wanted to come on here and talk just for a second for whoever might need it. Maybe just because I need to hear it myself. Hey, girl. But maybe because I need to hear it myself, and maybe because, maybe you need to hear it too. And a lot of my posts have been themed about this a lot. Hi, Elaine. But I just want to talk about comparison. When I first got my invitation, saw the post about this reunion coming up for my 20-year high school reunion tonight. This was several months ago. And, my gut reaction was like, oh, fun. And also, oh, fun. Not fun. A different F word. Because, you got to think, and this was when I was still working full-time at the VA where I have been for several years, and I had a steady job and this and that, and I just thought, I still was apprehensive. Like, you think, I'm going to go to this thing, and you're going to see all the popular people, and then maybe people who weren't nice to you, maybe high school wasn't so wonderful, and do you really want to go? And, I put myself out there all the time for you guys, for myself, for anyone I might be able to help on social media, but I get to do that from the protection of behind the phone, right, from my house. That's how I'm able to coach and be an introvert, is because I'm able to still help people and communicate with people, but in this little space that I have. And, even just today, I received a message from one of my classmates who was like, she was like, I'm so nervous, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. My stomach hurts. And I feel the exact same way. I honestly, I feel the same way. Hey, you guys, thanks for popping on. And I was like, oh, I feel the same way. I'm nervous. My stomach hurts. And she's like, what? Well, you have this great life and you're in good shape and you're doing all this stuff and all this, you're put together and everyone's going to think, oh, she's fit and what a badass and she has this great coaching business. But that is not what I think at all, right? I think, I'm essentially unemployed, right? I'm back in school. What was everyone doing 20 years ago? We were graduating and going to college. I am almost 40, and guess what I'm doing? Going to college. So I'm in the same place as a lot of my classmates were that successfully finished school 20 years ago. So I think, do I really want to go? Everyone's going to be like, oh, that's Amanda. She's a full-time coach. She works in an online business, and she's going to school. That's what I am. I can't hide from that. Yeah, everyone's seen pictures of my messy house and my hot mess self, and I'm usually not wearing makeup, and I'm barely passing my science class, even though I spend all my life studying for it, and, sorry, I couldn't read that one fast enough before it went off screen, but I'll go back and read these comments afterwards. Thank you guys. And I just want to say that every person who's there tonight, I bet you, other than the most confident person who's in their head I don't give a F, is probably thinking the same thing. Are people judging me? Do I, playing the comparison game in your head, thinking about how does this person feel or how does that person feel? What do you think this person thinks? I'm going to be thinking people are going to see me all the time online. Who's going to look at me and say, oh, she doesn't look that good in person? Or, I'm in better shape than her and she's a coach, or she doesn't even have a real job, right? Things like that. I think people might be thinking, I'm not going to be the smallest person in the room. I'm not going to be the most beautiful person in the room. I'm not going to be the most in shape person in the room if I compare myself to everyone else. But it all depends on what lens you're viewing it from, right? So thank you. That's so sweet. Aw, thanks, Jamie. But this is the thing, we all have that little voice back here. And I know it's hard. I have it too. I have it right now. That's why I just choose to come spew it out to you guys instead of pretending I feel confident, whatever. But I mean, yeah, I feel excited to see people and whatever. And I also know that I'll be thinking those things. And it's my job for myself tonight to put that little voice to shush it, to be first of all, no offense to all my former classmates, but what do I care what you think? I don't. I mean, I do, but I don't. I'm doing my best. I'm living my best life that I know how. I'm a work in progress. Every day is, you know, that voice is annoying. That every day you are second guessing yourself as a mother and as a wife, and you don't need it from everyone you went to high school with. So then I would think maybe I won't go, right? But, you know, like I said, I don't really give a what these people think. I just want to see people and see how people are doing and say hi and have fun and see where their lives have gone and have a good night out with my husband and if maybe meet some new people that I didn't get to talk to much then, and maybe not, maybe whatever, but I just want to have a good time, and I don't want to listen to that little voice all night that's making me say, oh, you know, she's looking at you, or oh, that's that girl who used to harass you all the time, or say mean things behind your back, you know. Thank you. I am beautiful no matter what, and so are you, Candace. It's just something that we all have, and I think especially as women, but I know the men feel it too. It's hard not to like be like, oh, am I as a good a provider as that person, or am I this, or am I that, or her husband's has the dad bod and I don't, or I do and he doesn't, or how come he's in such good shape, or he golfs all the time. Like, why? Darrell can't afford to go golfing yet. We're not there in our life yet. We don't go to a golf course on weekends because we can't afford it. Does that mean we're anything, or we choose to prioritize our money differently? That just is all your perspective. But no matter what, if you're looking next to you, you're not looking ahead. Do you remember the Olympics with Michael Phelps a few years ago, and they had that great picture that was a close-up of him at the final stretch of the race? Michael Phelps, the swimmer, remember, with all those medals? And it was right near the end of the butterfly stroke. And his picture is like this. These awesome shoulders, his goggles on, he's looking straight ahead, and he's almost at the finish line. And right next to him in the other lane is the guy from the other country. I can't even remember who it was. And while he comes up for air, he was like this. He was looking at Phelps. How's he doing? How's he doing? And guess what? He was probably like, oh shit, I'm about to lose. But you know what? He could have just kept his head down and said, in a few seconds, I'll know where I finish, right? So you can't spend all the time that you're in the moment, second guessing everything about yourself and where you're at in life and how you feel and how you look and how you compare and how you stand up next to someone else. Because guess what? You won't enjoy any of the moment that way. You will be too busy looking next to you to be happy about where you are. So maybe I'm the only one there who's in community college 20 years after high school. It's possible. And guess what? Maybe I'm one of the few people there who's still working on improving themselves. Or maybe I'm one of the people there that was able to move past my fear of staying the same enough to want to change. Does that make sense? So it's all about the lens you view it in. And I think that we tend, unless we're being snarky, snatchy, bitchy women, we tend to look at other people with a much kinder lens than we look at ourselves. Right? It happens all the time. For anything that someone is thinking about me and judging me and thinking like, look at her, you know, oh, did you see her just yell at her kids or whatever? For anything someone's thinking when they see me at any given point in a day, I guarantee you I can top that. I can say much meaner things to myself just like that, 10 times what you can, 10 times more harsh, and I know myself really well, so I can get them where they really count, where they really hurt me. Criticize me as a mother, criticize me as a person or a friend who cares about other people. That's the way to cut me. There you go. Like, those things matter to me. I know myself. So when I am having this inner monologue with myself, I can be way meaner to myself than anybody else could possibly be. Right? But it is my job to be nicer to myself. It is my job to talk to myself with even a fraction of the kindness I will talk to all the other people I see tonight. Yes, that's a great quote. I love it. If I press see more, will it show me? Yes. I am my own competition, right? And, you know, like I was saying, it's my job to be as nice to me as I am to anyone else. I always use this comparison about like picking a friend up from the airport, right? When I'm talking to my challengers about doing their workouts. And I say, I would never like have a friend say, hey, can you pick me up and give me a ride on Friday at 6? And I'll be like, yes, I'll be there. I'll pick you up. And then at 6, she's still waiting. And at 7, she's still waiting. And at 8, she's still waiting. And 2 days later, she's still waiting for me to show up. And she messages me. And finally, I say to her, oh, yeah, I just didn't feel like it. Sorry. I was watching The Handmaid's Tale. And I'm a couple weeks behind. I got distracted. Then I needed a nap. Sorry I didn't show up for you. So show up for yourself just like that. You would never do that to anyone else, so don't do it to you, right? So I feel the exact same way about this. This is an event. It's a good opportunity for a date night with my husband. It's an opportunity to network and see people I haven't seen in a long time. It's an opportunity to say hi. Like, I have people in this town that I consider friends that I haven't seen in eons that I'm excited to see because I'm busy and I'm working and I'm going to school and I have my mom and I just never leave the house because I'm kind of like a troll like that. I'm a little homebody. So it will be exciting to see people, and it will be exciting to get out and do that. And I just have to take it for that. That's all it is. It's one night. It's one night seeing people that I'm not going to quit school tomorrow just because somebody made a snide comment about how I'm back in school, right? Or not that they would, but I'm just saying, if they did out loud, let's say everybody said the worst things that they're thinking about you out loud. If somebody made that comment, I'm not going to quit school tomorrow. If somebody said, you're a coach, and gave me like the up and down to my body, I'm not going to like stop working out and never work out again. I'm not going to stop helping people that I might be able to help. So what's the worst thing that anyone could say to you at something like this? And the reason I want to share is not just for anyone going to their 20-year reunion, because I know not everybody's this old, but I want to say it for a lot of reasons. There's things that might happen to me coming up a lot, like running into someone from my old job. I don't want to be insecure every time I see someone and be like, I don't work there anymore. Yeah, I'm back in school. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you know? Or seeing another parent, school's coming, sadly, yes, I'm going to say it out loud, in just like a month. And I remember when Olivia started kindergarten, it was always seeing the moms at drop off and being like, holy crap, everyone's put together. And I had been working a 12-hour night shift all night the night before. So I'm all haggard and I just barely got out of my scrubs long enough to put on sweatpants or something, right? Thank you. I will have fun tonight. But yeah, and some of us are older, and you know what? I bet that I'm older than some people younger than me and have more energy. So there's just all of that. You just can't compare who you are to anyone today than who you were yesterday. And if I'm working on myself and improving myself, or I'm happy with my life and I'm kind to other people, those are the standards by which I really judge other people. That's the truth. I am judgy. If you're kind to people that you don't know, if you'll help a stranger in need, if you won't say horrible things about someone when they're not around, that's how I judge somebody else. I'm like, she seems really nice. She seems like a good person. She seems like she's got her shit together. And instead of being snarky about it, I'm usually a little jealous about it, to be honest. But I'll be like, you know, that's awesome. Instead of thinking like bad thoughts about someone else. So if I meet somebody that is like that, then I'm happy and I'm open to receiving them and becoming friends and building a relationship with them. And I don't really care what anyone else thinks who's not a nice person, right? Because why would I care? If they're an asshat, then they're an asshat. I don't want asshat friends, right? So that's the way I approach this. That's the way I want all of us to approach life. Who cares if someone says something snarky about you or anything you're going through in your life if they're asshat, because you don't want them in your life anyway, right? There's always going to be somebody being critical of you, but just don't let it be you. Don't let you be the meanest person you meet today to anyone else or to yourself. That's how I feel about it. Clearly, I've had my pre-workout, and I'm supposed to go work out now before this reunion. Yes, I know, the person who took the time to put on eye makeup for me and my beautiful hair from Holly, I'm going to go destroy it with some sweat. But I wanted to just come on here and say that to you guys, because maybe, like I said, I need to hear it myself, and maybe someone else can take something from it. But just know, when you are going through these moments in life, that you can approach them two ways. You can approach them as this is going to be really hard, or you can approach them as this is an opportunity to see some people, and you don't have to take the feedback that people give you and internalize it. Eric, my second favorite firefighter. Hi. But you don't have to internalize every opinion someone else has about you. You don't have to take it into your core and let it define who you are, or tell you how that tells you whether you're a good human being or not, because it really doesn't. It's just one person's opinion. And if there's someone who matters to you, I mean, I can count on one hand, like the people, well, maybe two since I have so many siblings, but like the amount of people that's opinions really matter to me. And I would say it's my close family, my parents, my siblings, and my husband and my kids. That's it. Extended from that, my team, the coaches I work with every day, my business partners, I care what they think to a lesser degree. But then outside of that, I know I'm doing my best. I'm trying to be my best person. I'm trying to help people every day. I'm trying to show up and help anyone I can feel better and feel stronger and feel happy about their life, and I can be proud of that. And it's okay for me to be confident in myself in this moment, even if the other areas of my life are kind of up in the air, right? Because anybody who you see tonight that you think is perfect, at an event like this, for me it happens to be this reunion, but like I said, it can just be you going to work every day. Anybody you see that you think has it all together, you are buying a false bill of sale. Okay? I'm just saying. Get the papers on that. Unless they can prove to you that their credit score is perfect, their bank account's perfect, their kids aren't little shits in public, their husband and them have sex 5 nights a week. I mean, what's perfect? What's perfect, right? Unless they can show you the papers, then they're no better than you. So don't let anything that you're worried about seeing anyone else affect your ability to enjoy yourself in a moment or any given day, because all it does is undermine your self-confidence and make you feel less than. And none of us deserves to be less than, especially not in our own minds. Okay? So if you needed to hear this, bookmark it, share it to someone who needs to hear it, save it, come back and watch it from the beginning. I hope it was helpful to you. Now I'm going to do that workout so I can go to this reunion, and if I don't do it soon, I'm going to show up just soaked in sweat, so I should probably start now. But I just wanted to come on here and share that with you guys, and I hope it's helpful to somebody, because you know what? We're all just trying to be our best selves, hopefully. And what our version of that is different from someone else's. What someone else puts as their first priority might not be what you put as your first priority, and that's okay. My top 3 priorities might be different than your top 3 priorities. But if how I'm living my life aligns with those 3, and what do I care about what anyone else thinks? And what do you care? All I care is that you're thinking nice things in your own head about yourself every single day. And if you're not, and I know it ain't easy, trust me, I have days where I don't even realize I've been berating myself. Then you write them down. You start making affirmations and you say them out loud every morning. Even if you sound like, and gosh darn it, people like me. If you sound like what's his name from the old Saturday Night Live. You just do it. You put it into practice and you recognize that you need to be your own best supporter, right? Because who else is going to treat you any better than you treat yourself? All right. Thanks, guys. That's all I have for my rambling pep talk today. But that's how I feel, and that's kind of the thoughts in my head. So I thought, you know what? Let's come see if it will help someone else. I love you all. Thanks for your support. Thanks for all your compliments on my new hair and this makeup. It's nice to feel pretty for a day and dress up, and hopefully I'll have a great time tonight, a safe time, a good date with my husband. I see some friends, and I enjoy myself, and you should too. Talk to you later. Love you.